Alright guys, you saw time from this video. In this video, I'm going to be explaining the Grob opening in chess. And now, you might be saying to yourself, Random Stuff MC, isn't the Grob opening like the worst opening in chess besides just pushing the f-pawn? Technically yes, but also no. In this video, we're going to be showing a very powerful trap. And if you're wondering how I'm playing this, this isn't actually how a game of mine went against one of my opponents. This is actually just a random game that I took just to like illustrate this trap. But before I begin, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and sub, as I would really help the channel a ton. If you really enjoyed this video, you can also drop a super thanks. Without further ado, let's kind of just begin. And if it's like difficult to hear my voice, just turn on captions. So basically, guys, let's just start. So the Grob opening starts off with pawn to g4 from white. And now already this is sort of a losing move because the pawn already has no defenders whatsoever. And yeah, it just generally doesn't look like a good move. And what will usually happen is that black will just take the center with e5, which is a totally reasonable move afterwards. And now the point of the Grob is to get your bishop on g2. And now black will probably just play the other pawn. That's usually what will happen because, you know, they just want like total control of the center. And yes, they do have total control of the center now because, well, you've literally just spent time pushing a pawn with no defenders and putting the bishop over here, which now it's pretty useless. However, there is a very massive trap that will totally win you the game if black falls for it. And like 50% of the time, they will fall for it, and it has a win rate of 76% for white. And I think about 10% win rate for black and a 4% draw. So yeah, basically you're guaranteed to win if you play this trap. Now, what you should do as white is that you should actually sacrifice the pawn over here. And you're probably wondering, why would you do this? The idea is that the queen takes, because this trap is going to win the queen pretty much. Now, what you do is that with your bishop over here that you got, because, well, you played the Grob opening, you bring it over here. And now, the opening really depends on if black puts their knight on f6. If they do, then yes, you can actually play the trap. Now, the idea is that next, what you should do is that this knight over here, you should bring them to f3. Now, obviously, if black just captures the bishop over here, well, you just take the queen, so they have to respond. They don't really have a choice. And usually what they'll try to do, although not always, is queen to g2. And now, black is just going to guaranteed lose their queen. There's just no stopping it whatsoever. So what you do, guys, is that with this bishop, you bring the bishop over here. And fun fact, if you actually do this with like a game engine, it will actually put this as a brilliant move. Fun fact. Now, the king has 4 moves. Now, I'm not sure, but I think the best move is to not take, because if you take, you are going to lose your queen. So if somebody does play this trap on you, and like you don't want to like lose your queen, probably running away is the best idea. But even then, you're still in a very bad position, but it's better than losing your queen. But 9 times out of 10, especially if black doesn't know this trap, which they probably don't because it's so obscure, they'll take the bishop. And then you simply bring your rook. And out of all the moves possible that the queen can do, there is only one that doesn't lose the queen, and it's this one. And after this move, white is literally winning the game by 4 points, because all you have to do is queen, well no, not queen, knight to g5. And now the king and the queen are forked. And there's literally nothing black can do to save their queen. It's totally gone. They can try to run back, but still, they just lose the queen. That's it. And now, guys, let's talk about how to like counter this gambit. Okay, guys, so let's say they are playing as black, okay? And now they are just like, your opponent is doing this, okay? And now black pushes both pawns in the center. This is what you should do. I would recommend that, even if you know they're playing this gambit, which you can already tell from this position. Then you should push the pawn. Well, no, when they push the pawn, yes, I would actually recommend taking. I'm not joking. Now, let them take. It's totally fine. And now, you should bring out your knight. And once they bring out their knight, do not take. Okay, guys, just don't, like, well, no, guys, don't take. That's not what I mean. Like, do not move the queen here if you're playing the, like, a counter to this gambit, if you are aware of it. What you should do instead is probably just put the queen here, because the queen can't exactly get targeted. And now white is in a very bad position, because the bishop can't really go anywhere except for these 2 squares. And let's say the bishop goes like somewhere like here, for example. You can literally just attack the bishop. And apparently this actually loses. I don't know why this is winning for black. There's probably some random move. Let me try to find it. Honestly, I have no idea. Okay, but let's just say, like, probably... Wait, no, I think this is the winning move. Okay, honestly, I have no idea what the winning move is. Okay, but generally, guys, what you should do is that, yes, you should bring the queen over here. That is what I would recommend. Because, like, if they move their bishop over here, then, yeah, apparently there's a move that will lead to, like... Oh, it's this move, I think. Because, like, yeah, after you push the pawn, the knight only really has, like, 2 squares to go. Like, they can go over here. And then you can just go over here. And now you can actually just safely attack the king side, and there's nothing they can do about it whatsoever. And, like, for example, if the knight, let's say, goes over here, then you literally just win the knight. That's it. You win the knight, and you still attack the king side. So, while yes, the gambit does work, if black does know a counterplay to the gambit, yeah, it's not a very good idea to play it. However, if you are playing like below 1,300 or 1,400 elo, 9 times out of 10 they don't know what this trap even is because it's just so obscure. And yeah, you can play this trap and you will win their queen. And yeah, guys, this is the whole video, just explaining this opening. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and sub, as I would really help the channel a ton. If you really enjoyed this video, you can also drop super thanks, comment down below any openings you may want me to explain, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.